AI-generated content has officially become a problem. What I found barely a week ago in the Christian YouTube space is problematic. And not just because of how powerful AI has become when it comes to content creation, but mainly because of how ill-equipped the church is when it comes to dealing with AI-generated content that looks very Christian, but that in fact isn't. So last week, I was doing some research on the story of David and Goliath when I stumbled into a channel that had a very intriguing God of War-like AI-generated thumbnails. But they were actually videos about biblical stories. So, I was intrigued. So I clicked, hoping to see something interesting. In the first seconds of watching the video, I realized that not only the thumbnail was AI generated, but also every single image that was being used in this video. It was also clear that the voice of the narrator of this video was also AI generated.
And still, the magnificence of God's creations, the identity of the behemoth.
But whatever, that's not something new. But what bothered me the most was that the content was also AI generated. The whole script, every word was a ChatGPT script from beginning to end. And that was odd. I would say a little bit more than odd. So I decided to dig a little bit deeper. So I decided to watch one more video and then one more. And then I said, let's just watch one more video and then another one. And as you might have guessed, every video on this channel, absolutely all of them were AI generated completely. The thumbnail, the voice, every single image, the content, the description, everything. Wait, but then I noticed something else. And I started looking at the stats of the channel, at the numbers, and they were off the freaking chart. This channel was created only 2 months ago from the moment of this recording, and it already had more than 36,000 followers and videos with 200,000 views, 600,000 views, 800,000 views. My thought was, who are the people watching this content? I was like, surely they know that the whole thing is AI generated. So I went into the comments. And as you know, going into the comments seldom guarantees that you'll come out of it a better person. And yes, you guessed it. Most people in the comments were oblivious to the fact that this was all AI generated. So the whole thing started to give me a weird feeling, a feeling some people would describe as the ick. I kept on wondering how so many people, hundreds of thousands and millions of Christians can be okay with consuming AI-generated Christian theology. And don't judge me here, I decided to go even deeper down the AI-generated Christian rabbit hole. And the more you go, the darker it gets. And so as I went down that dark rabbit hole, I found another channel that did the exact same thing. And then another one. Keep following, keep going down. I found another one, another channel whose content was fully AI generated, then another one, and then another one. More fully AI generated channels, most of which were only created 3 months ago and had thousands and thousands of subscribers and millions of views. What is more, I started to see a pattern. It seemed to me that there were a couple of masterminds behind most of these channels. It was clear to me that many of these AI channels use the same scripts for multiple videos across different channels. Same content, same script, but with different images in a different AI voice. Let me show you 2 examples. This is about the story of Job. All of these Job videos have the same title. Hey, my name is Job and this is my story. My name is Job and this is my story. With very similar thumbnails. Let's watch this one.
Have you ever wondered why bad things happen to good people? Today, we're diving into one of humanity's most intriguing and profound stories, the saga of Job. Imagine losing everything you love and still keeping your faith.
Okay, and what about this one?
Have you ever wondered why bad things happen to good people? Today, let us delve into one of the most intriguing and profound stories of humanity, the saga of Job. Imagine losing everything you love and still holding on to faith.
Okay, let's try one more.
Have you ever wondered why bad things happen to good people? In this episode, we will explore one of the most fascinating and rich in meaning accounts of human history, the Epic of Job. Imagine yourself in the position of someone who has lost everything he values, but who still does not abandon his faith.
And this is not an isolated case. There are many videos that repeat themselves across different channels, and they don't even hide it. They have the same name, like the complete story of the Bible, like you've never seen before. The complete story of the Bible, or Genesis, like you've never seen before. The same idea. The complete story of the Bible, like you've never seen before. Again, the same videos with the same scripts with slightly different thumbnails and slightly different images, but the same script. So at some point I decided to stop, turn around and look for the light, because that rabbit hole keeps going deeper and deeper and deeper. Wait. But not all AI Christian generated content is bad. Look what I found.
Good morning, folks. Just before we get started, I just want you to know that this is my Bible, and I never say a word from it. And when I actually do say something from it, I twist it to make it say what I want to say. After all, I'm working for the man downstairs, if you catch my vibe. My mega church is the best church you will attend. Aside from the fact that we closed our doors to the Hurricane Harvey people, I'd say we're pretty good. Listen, folks, if it's good enough for God, it ought to be good enough for you.
Kidding aside, how easy is it really to generate AI content, AI Christian content? Many of you know the answer to this, but some of you don't. So let me show you in just 1 minute, 60 seconds, how the first and most important part of this process is done. Bring the laptop.
Bring the action.
So let's take the idea of Job for a second, and let's go to ChatGPT and give it the simplest, most easy prompt. Tell me about the story of Job in first person. Go. There you go. I'm Job, a man who once dwelled in the land of Uz, blessed with abundance of comment. My life was the tapestry of woe. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to copy the first 2 paragraphs. Then we're going to paste it in a website called 11 Labs. There we go. As you can see, it's a generative voice AI. So what we're going to do, we're just going to go here, go paste, click play.
I am Job, a man who once dwelled in the land of Uz, blessed with abundance and contentment. My life was a tapestry woven with prosperity, family, and faith. But little did I know, my fate would soon test the fibers of my being.
People like me would kill for that friggin' voice. I am Job. And this is one of the many AI voice generators out there. I personally know of more than 10. You download this and then continue this process by adding images, some dramatic music, and voila. And as you can see, I most definitely do not need to fact check ChatGPT. I just need close enough information, close enough data. And just like this, anyone can make this content. And I mean literally anyone. But bottom line, what is the problem? Wait, or is there really a problem? I strongly, very strongly believe so. I can see at least 3 problems. Emphasis in at least. 1, the obvious lack of fact checking. You and I know that whatever data ChatGPT gives you, any response, any idea, any suggestion has to, and I mean has to be taken with a grain of salt and most definitely needs to be fact checked. You might have seen hundreds of AI generated videos circulating around where ChatGPT gets basic Bible facts and stories wrong. But the thing is that you actually have to know the Bible and biblical details to actually catch the errors. Ergo, the problem. Who on earth is fact checking these videos? Well, the unfortunate fact is that nobody really has to. They can simply copy and paste the script straight from ChatGPT, add some cool images, some dramatic music, and start farming views, farming likes, and farming money from enthusiastic Christians. The other issue is that anyone can make these videos. Anyone with access to the internet, and I mean anyone. And this is not a Christianity problem. This is also a problem for Islam and you name it. You don't really need to have knowledge of what the Bible or the Quran says, what the context was. And this AI generated religious content would only get easier and easier to make. And it will only look better and better. Check out this video by Marques Brownlee.
So do you remember Will Smith eating spaghetti? Do you remember when this was what AI generated videos looked like? Remember when we said, okay, this AI stuff is cool and all, but clearly there's a long way to go before there's any need for concern. Well, welcome to the future, people, because this is also an AI-generated video. And so is this, completely synthesized out of thin air by computers. This one too. This is not real. Absolutely ridiculous how far we've come in literally 1 year. So today, Sam Altman and OpenAI announced a new model called Sora, and it can generate full up to 1 minute video clips from just text input.
The church is not ready for this. The church is not trained or prepared to tell the difference, to spot biblical or theological errors. Because with the passing of time, the errors are gonna be more subtle and nuanced, all through cool and great looking AI-generated content. You know, at least the old way of fooling Christians at least required great personality and great public speaking skills. Not anymore. How ready is the church for the AI revolution? How equipped are we biblically, philosophically, theologically? Leslie Allison said it best. The less you know about something, the more likely you are to be convinced by ChatGPT's answer. You know, chatbots are not as interested in the truth as they are about predicting or generating a plausible sequence of words. Now, I can't believe what I'm about to say, but here I go. Ready? This is gonna be weird. Ready? Trust the humans. See, it sounds so weird. Trust humans. Oh my God. Humans you can see and touch. At least for the time being, at least in the near future. At least until we sort this AI thing out a bit more. And if indeed we are more likely to be convinced by an algorithm the less we know about something, well, then let's be more intentional about fixing that problem. Know your biblical and theological stuff now more than ever. An easy way to start this is by subscribing to this channel as we try to tackle interesting and actually exciting biblical and theological challenges together. Another way in which you can get more informed or prepared is by actually considering taking formal biblical and theological education. And there is a way in which you can whet your appetite in this regard. One way is by watching this video where I list a bunch of resources where you can actually start with $0. And also by maybe watching this video instead that have 5 very important things that I learned in my master's in theological studies at Regent College. I'll see you there.